All right, you guys, welcome to the Shellosphere.
Ooh, there's a lot of love in here.
So, in this episode, we want to talk about letting family members go.
Letting them go in what way?
I mean, sometimes, depending on, what you desire, where you desire to be in life, some family members, some friends, some relationships, period, overall, you just have to let go.
Mhm.
And I feel like when it comes to our family members, again, like I've stated a million times, we are conditioned to believe that there's an obligation there.
Mhm. Mhm.
So probably have to keep your distance. Whatever that looks like for you. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you had to disconnect or separate yourself from a family member?
I mean, uh, it's crazy that we brought this topic up because that's what I'm. That's what I've decided to go through. It's like premeditated. That's
Okay.
what I've decided to go through in these days right now.
Okay.
Pardon from a family member that honestly I've had problems with my whole life, if I'm being
Mm,
honest. Uh, we can go from hatred to love, to disappointment,
yeah.
to being proud of. I've dealt with every emotion with this family member. Uh, However, like you say, dealing with growth, you grow out of things. And I'm not even gonna say I've grown out of it because I haven't grown out of of how that person makes me feel.
Okay.
I haven't grown out of that. But I see myself now, like I told somebody the other day, I'm re it's like I'm re-engaging with my younger self
Mm,
and in regard to this person.
okay.
And I'm not thinking about it like I was as a child. Now I'm grown, so now I'm thinking about it in a different manner
Yeah.
without the hatred as a child, without, you know, uh, wanting bad things to happen. Because as a child, I wanted
Yeah.
certain things to happen, and it was young thoughts, So this time now that I've decided to separate, it's no hatred. It's all love. It's just a decision that I'm deciding to make because they can't be real with me.
Mm,
They don't want to have certain conversations, which led us to where we are.
yeah.
And I get it. Sometimes, people don't want to face themselves or face
Yeah.
some sort of reality from another person's perspective,
Yeah.
and I get that. Because at times I can be like that, especially in a intimate relationship. I
Yeah.
don't sometimes want to hear it,
Yeah.
but I know it's just this time. It's not. I don't. Well, not this time. This is the first time that I'm separating myself from any family member.
Any?
From any
Oof.
family member. I've never done that.
Okay.
Never. I'm deciding to do so now because uh, I found myself feeling like 6-year-old Nuki or Nelsia.
Yeah. I
Feeling
don't think
like
you
I
was
can't
Nuki then.
speak. I
What?
know, feeling like I can't speak up for myself, or feeling like I'm unheard, or you
That's not
know,
good.
and it's not good. But you want to demand respect? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And
True.
and it was crazy because, girl, you go.
Go ahead. It's crazy
No,
because
but it's just crazy because I came across a scripture that said honor thy parents and
yeah.
things like that, and I can do that, but it did make me question myself because I've had a couple of engagements with my family member where I wasn't so respectful,
Yeah.
and to me it's just like there's a point where I'm not going to continue to feel disrespected,
Yeah.
and
Because you're an adult.
I'm an adult,
Mm.
and I want to be heard though. I
Of
really
course.
want to be heard.
Children should be heard as well.
Yeah, and I'm still a
Mhm.
child,
Yeah.
God's child.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so coming across that scripture, it was like, okay, I saw where I was wrong. for the disrespect. It wasn't like cursing or nothing like that, but I saw where, okay, yeah, I should honor thy. But where do they honor me?
Yeah.
Where do I get the honor? Because you brought me in this world, or because I've grown up with you, or
Yeah.
because whoever it is, sister, brother, parent, whatever.
They
What do you
I feel like when
you
it
gotta
comes
give me
to
something.
especially like parents, it's the authority. They
Hmm.
don't even have to be right. It's the fact that, they're this authoritative figure in your life, and it's like, I'm the mother, I'm the father, what I say goes. You can't question it because they really don't have answers. They want respect, but they don't want to give respect. So they feel like they're in a position of power because they brought you into this world.
Let me tell you something. Now I'm a reverse on myself. I'm gonna attack myself. My daughter and I,
Mm.
we've had a stage where, she's been able to tell me exactly what you just said, to where, I feel like because I'm the parent, I'm still in control. It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. And just with like certain decisions that I made in life, it's true when I really, really wish you would have done this opposed to doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel like you know what's best, but
Yeah, but it's coming off as control.
because you are the parent.
Yeah.
So of course it's automatically going
Yeah.
to be mislabeled that, especially if what they want to do goes against what you want them to do. So it's like, okay,
Mhm.
you're just trying to control my life. The whole time I feel like most parents move out of fear. Of course you want what's best for your child, but that
Mhm.
doesn't mean you actually know what's best
Mhm.
for your child.
Yeah,
All of our paths are different.
for
I,
sure.
I chose your vessel to come into this world to have my physical experience. I don't belong to you.
And that's the thing. That's the lesson that I've learned in the last year or so. I've learned that in actuality, she doesn't really belong to me.
Yeah,
I don't feel like the person in my family ever thought that I belonged. Well, I think they did. I think because
of
that was
course.
where the
Oh,
hatred came
most
from. That's where the
most
hatred
parents
came
do.
from. Because it was like, it was a lot of whatever. But yeah, there's going to definitely be a cutoff. And it's like, it's not going to be a cutoff to where if we're at a family function and there's no love shown, it's always
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
But
As far as me carving out space in my personal life for you,
yeah, I'm truly done with it. And the bad part about it is they don't even know the real reason. They're so caught up in their world and what they doing and how they want to control it. They don't even know the real reason.
it's no
Don't
opening
even
to
care.
hear the
Yeah, it's
yeah.
no opening to hear the real reason and
Accountability
want
is
to
a
go
hard
off
thing
the yeah.
for a lot of people,
It's really
especially if
if
you
you
think
coming.
about the times our parents grew up in.
Hmm. Hmm.
They're conditioned to be even ashamed of
Hmm.
you know what they've done, how they really want to live life. They've been conditioned to be ashamed of it. So having that conversation means, okay, I have to be vulnerable enough to even actively listen to you and to see where you see me,
Yeah.
to see myself in the same light that you see me. And now that how I move with you affected me,
Hmm.
I have to now take accountability, which
Man,
means I
and
have
it's
to
like,
admit to
are
some
you
things.
serious? Is that what I have to do?
I have to admit that I'm sorry, I'm wrong, I'm imperfect. I have to admit this.
Hmm.
That's a hard thing,
Hmm.
especially for
And you
people
know
in
what's
our
crazy? It's a hard thing, but you don't do that. But yet you go through all other walks of life establishing yourself. And you really
but you
not.
not.
But you
You
really
not you
not.
can't
But you
without that.
but in your and that's what I'm saying, in your head, you think that's what's making you move and
It's
groove.
it's
And
just more mass and more layers that we put on top of the real shit that we need to address. But if you're not, it's kind of like this. If you constantly beautifying your flower, but you never really tackle the soil,
hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like you can add all type of
Hmm.
shit to that flower, but
Hmm.
the shit that's rotten, that needs to be addressed, that need the nutrients, that need the oxygen, that you know what I'm saying, that needs the real life.
Hell yeah.
You're not changing without that changing.
Hmm.
You're just adding on decoration
Decoration.
to look like you're different or that you're moving a certain way, but it's all a mess. It never feels good. I don't care what people say. That shit does not feel good when you sleep at night. When you have to disconnect from the world and you alone with yourself and your thoughts, nigga.
So have you ever had to cut off a family
Oh,
member
nigga, in motion.
in motion, huh?
When I want to choose, I want to find a better way to say embarking on my healing journey because I'm tired of it.
Embarking.
Yeah, once I started like embarking on my healing journey, like really trying to get to the root of my issues and make those connections, I cut my mom off.
Yeah, I remember.
I cut my mom off
Yeah, I remember.
for some years because again, it's the shame piece again. So when you're trying to have these conversations, they get frustrated, they get irritated, they want to fight. You know what I mean? It's like I have to relive this moment again. It's just because I'm still living in it in different forms because we never addressed it, we never talked about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I felt like she didn't want to have a conversation, so she wasn't helpful on my healing journey. So I have to disconnect from the root to my problem and figure it out on my own. And then once, we reconnected, I found a way because I can't make you not ashamed. I can't make you take accountability. I can't make you be honest, but I also won't allow you to hold me back from where I'm trying to grow to. So I started asking questions around her and I made it about her. Instead of it being about me and how it affected me, I'm trying to figure out what affected her. So if I could get to her root, I could see why she moved the way she moved. And now I know not to take it personal. It's not a personal thing because you listening to their stories and you like, fuck. Okay, so this is where this came from. And again, dealing with parents within our time, they didn't have the tools and the resources that we have now. Like we could go online and figure out some shit. We got people that's way more open to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And tell a story. So now we got something we can relate to. Now we know we're not alone in the shit that we go through. So to me, we got it way better than they had it.
I totally agree. Like even with the background of one of my parents, their upbringing with their parents was very dismissive, and we spoke about it in the recent years, and it helped me understand, like you said, why they tried to raise me the way that they did.
Yeah.
It still to me didn't justify anything as of today for today.
They don't have the tools, but yeah, we are in a different time where you could like look at that and realize your wrongs and how you brought up your children. Even though they did their best. Now we not saying they best is the greatest or the best. We saying their best. So this is this is subjective, right? So they didn't have the tools. But now that we in a time where it's like they still got that residue on them though. Let's be honest. That doesn't just go away, G. When they've been dealing with that shit or doing things a certain way for so long, you have to deeply desire change.
I get it.
Deeply desire change.
Yeah.
They complacent. They're already familiar with maneuvering those grounds that way. And it's like when you try to step into something that's unknown, we can't be surprised. Like, okay, you growing up in the projects. You weren't surprised about the daily activities that took place over there. But when you step out into something else, you can be surprised. Something could catch you off guard. And a lot of people don't want to know what's on the other side of their world. They already familiar here. They already know the pain or experience the pain. They already know whatever joy comes in this space. They're already familiar with it. But they don't know it's on way greater, but they have to take a chance on it.
Come on, honey.
They don't want to.
Take a chance.
Take a chance, honey.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like I see it's a process. You say, hell yeah, like it's multiple. I'm sure the hardest was your mom.
Yeah, and no.
Because you know you can get back to that.
It's not even that because I can cause damage in the midst of my separation because my cutoff is completely different than a regular child. Like yes, I respect my parents, but I'm also an artist that talks about certain things. And when
Mhm.
you are ashamed, and now whoever my audience is hear the story, that could affect them in a different way. So I'm a different type of child.
Mhm.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
got
Like when Tupac was like
you.
told us his mom was on drugs, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, you ain't.
Shit,
That's
we didn't need
stupid.
to know that. But I get it because it's
Talking
like
about shit we
that's
need
our
to know.
form of therapy. That's our form of release. This is our story. This is how we get our audience to even connect
Yeah,
and relate to us on a human
exactly. Because
level.
when he did that, I needed to hear that. I needed
Yeah.
to hear that a celebrity had a parent who did it because
Yep.
I was already going through it
Mm-hmm.
also.
Mm-hmm.
So it was something that I could relate to. Like you say, we need to. And from my perspective, we definitely did. So I get it.
Yeah.
Artistry.
Um,
Artistry.
I had to cut one of my nieces off. You know, and when my sister went through what she went through, I made a deal. I made a deal with her. I was like, if I come to Minnesota tonight, you gonna stop. You gonna stop drinking, right?
Hmm.
We did. We packed up everything,
I
went to
remember.
Minnesota. Took my niece for a couple of months. She did some shit that altered our relationship.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And all we was doing, me and my fiance at the time was looking out for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was hurtful. That was hurtful. So I had to cut her off for a nice little period of time. And there's also like family members that's, to me, is like you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with. Like once
Hmm.
you get to a certain space and you know where you're going in life or where you want to go in life,
Hmm.
and you really walking in that shit, some people don't even feel right around you.
Yeah.
And it's not that you above them, you operating at a
Hmm.
different degree of life than them right
Hmm.
now. So you have to protect your shit. And
Yeah.
we could block our blessings that way. Like sometimes we just keep people around and we fill up space with people that got an energy on them, G, that has absolutely nothing to do with us, and we'll get hit with that karma just trying to stand by them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? It's like that shit ain't even really meant for you, but you keep filling up your space and exchanging energy with people that mean themselves no good, so
Hmm.
they can't mean you any good.
Yeah. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, yeah, like I said, I've never cut anybody off in the family, which I don't feel like I have, but I did take a break from a family member, and it was out of okay, so we talking on the phone, and we're talking about a specific person. So we get off of the phone. Coincidentally, that specific person calls my family member.
Okay.
So not necessarily talking about we weren't talking about them in a bad way, but just talking about some of the things that they've done and how sometimes they can't be trustworthy. So they call my family member.
Tell them what you
My
said. Uh,
no, just off GP, just coincidentally call my family member. So they talk about whatever they talk about. My family member calls me after they get done talking, like, yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, and we was just talking about woo woo woo, and then we get off the phone and they call me. I'm just trying to figure out if you would do that to me. And I'm like, do what to you? Like,
yeah.
what you trying to say? And do what to you? I don't even talk to the person. Now I want to talk to the person because what did y'all talk about? They didn't even talk about what we spoke about. The person was just calling. And I want to say my family member was intoxicated. However, and I understand things was probably misunderstood, but I was so offended by that you
Yeah.
would think that I would do or call or whatever to anybody outside of our family, and you know what I'm saying, and like backdoor you. Ain't that what they say?
Yeah.
Backdoor you. Like
Yeah.
where you get that from?
Yeah.
I accepted the apology, but it created a distance.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It created a distance. I took some space. I took some time off from this family member, but I ain't. That's in my head. Like, dude, like, come on now. you know. So I had a reason to take that break.
I recently had to cut off a sibling.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, recently had to cut off a sibling. There's been multiple things that took place, and I just tried to move past them. Tried to move past them. There's been little things even since we were younger. You know what I mean? Like you overlook, but other people peep the shit. They tell you about it. But recently it was just something that was said that just allowed me to okay, just reopen my eyes a little bit, and it's like, okay, I get that this is your sibling, this is your blood, but no.
Mm.
I don't want any form of, if it feel remotely close to jealousy around me, I don't want it. And I don't care who you are.
Mm. And that's what it feels like.
That's what it
A
feels
little
like
bit
to
of
me,
yeah, a bit of that.
because what was said was, okay, I think I'm better than everybody. This shit came from just me even making a joke. I was making a joke. And the crazy part is, it happens to me too. What I was joking about happens to me too in this group chat. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I was just joking. But when he said that, the way he said it was, y'all the only ones that don't see that, which means you sit around
Mm-hmm.
with
And
your friends and you
got you.
discuss your sister with them, and they validate your claims.
Mm.
You're not checking them.
Wow.
You know, now allow this person to pretend like he was a protector, he was all of this. I let the nigga lie for a long time, and there's been plenty of things that invalidates that claim.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of things that happen. Even my life being put on the line
Mm-hmm.
before. You know what I mean? So just trying to help the nigga. Just did me dirty a couple of times. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that guy got even threatened to beat my ass before. They done talked about, called me a carpet muncher. Talked about my 1 bedroom apartment at the time, because at the time, like, he was banking off his wife accomplishments, everything she accomplished. He was banking off of that shit, so it made him think he was doing something he wasn't. You know what I mean?
That's
So
possible.
yeah, and it was a way to look down on me at that time. And the attack is real. So when you say certain things, I don't care if it's out of anger, like, you mean that shit.
Yeah.
You been felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
You mean that shit. So it was just time. It was just time to just create that separation.
Mm-hmm. Like as far as siblings, the closest I got, one of my sisters and I, we fought.
Mm.
And
Oof.
girl, when I tell you that shit broke my heart to fight my sister.
I'm sure it did, because that never happened over here.
Exactly. I feel you. We fought and um it was sad, like even when we grew up, we fought. We didn't get along. We were like night and day, and
Mhm.
we didn't get along. And we had little scuffles and stuff like that. But we've well, we had yeah, we even fought when I was pregnant. Sure
Mhm.
did. But
Damn. Definitely
exactly,
ain't find no pregnant person.
exactly. She did me. She did me. But
She did.
but
Snucky.
as an adult, I never thought that would happen because even when I was pregnant, I was still a teenager, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So as an adult, I never thought it would happen. You know, you always accept people for who they are. You learn how to do that at a certain point, especially with family members.
Yeah.
That it's kind of easier for me with family members because you know they ain't going nowhere, so it is what it is, whatever. But we got into it over something that I felt was very, very important, you know, and to her, I guess it just wasn't important. And I felt the disrespect and everything, and the oldest sibling in me took over,
Mm.
and it was like face to face type stuff, and it was you always thought you was, or not thought, or like think you running stuff because I'm the oldest, and I do always think I'll be running stuff. And girl, we went to
Honesty.
blows. We went to blows, tossing and turning. Her best friend was there. She broke it up, and I felt the worst I've ever felt.
I'm sure.
Ever.
I'm sure.
Ever.
I'm sure.
Ever. I still do. When it was time to make up, I took her some flowers, apologized to her, promised her that it'll never happen again, because I was the aggressor.
Okay.
I was the aggressor.
That's honest.
You know what I'm saying? So I apologized to her, and it won't happen again. You know what I'm saying? But I hate that it happened
Yeah.
because I don't think that I could. I don't think that I could cut off a family, not a family, but
A
a
sibling?
sibling.
I can,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. And do you think that
It was
that's
a
because of?
process.
Okay, it was a process. Do
Yeah.
you think it's because of how you speak on growing up, the way you guys showed love, or do you think that helps you cut them off, or not too much care, or?
Yeah. Because we were still distant. You know what I mean? It wasn't we didn't have a closeness like your family
Mm,
had or have.
yeah, that fight don't sound like we have it, but we
I
do.
mean that closeness can cause that though. Being that
Hmm.
close. Like
Yeah,
you would feel
yeah.
the disagreement or
Hmm.
whatever y'all going through, you would feel that way more intensely than I would. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because yeah, we in the same household, but it was a few things that was some things that took place early on where we were all separated anyway because of
Mm,
this thing that was happening,
right.
and then we came together. So I think that disconnect right there caused an emotional disconnect, or that separation
Hmm.
caused an emotional disconnect. So we was just pretty much in survival mode with each other, trying to figure out everything. But yeah,
Yeah, that made it easier.
it does make it easier.
Mm,
Just like you know how I say, I was jealous of like your family dynamic and
hmm.
even my ex family dynamic,
Yeah.
right? But I'm not at the same time
Hmm.
because
Yep.
when not when guys, let me throw that out. Sorry, throw that away.
Okay. Now.
If something ever happened, the way you would feel it versus, of course,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucked up too. Let's be very clear.
Hmm.
But I think yours would be on a totally different level than mine. But you're also God only hand us what we're capable of handling. So my dynamic was the way it was for that reason, and yours,
Yeah. For mine.
yeah,
For my reasons.
yeah, because your strength is different from mine.
For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, what I am realizing that if it's necessary, then do it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's at some point you have to choose yourself,
for sure.
you know. Everybody gonna have their own version of whatever it is.
Yeah,
And it's like an agree to disagree type
and
of
just
situation at
respect
times.
wherever we trying to move with it individually. Like we have to respect that shit. Like I'm not trying to. Okay, so at this space in my life, I want to be happy. I have to choose happiness.
Hmm.
What does that look like for me?
Hmm.
So if that's making sure I don't carve out space for certain shit, that's bullshit. And it just happened to be attached to a family member,
Hmm.
because we loosely use family
Hmm.
when we talk about the village we was born into.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Loosely.
we loosely use family, but you could create family.
Got
I could create my family. I've been creating my family.
you. I got you.
Blood doesn't make you family.
Hmm. And yeah, I realized that too in other people's situations though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can say that easily, but considering I haven't been through it and I'm just now really going through it, when I pay attention, like even with your experiences with family,
Mm.
and I've had my reservations on how you handle them,
Of course.
but we discussed them,
Mm.
but let you do it how you want to do it, and I feel like you handled it, when I look back now, well, because
At the time though, what was different?
well, at the time, it was just I didn't understand. Like, if my main one is your mom. you
Of
know.
course.
And it was at the time where she discussed some things with me too in regard to you guys. So it was like hearing her side and hearing your side. I really felt that you guys could come together and do that without a separation, you know. But you didn't feel that way, and it was because she to you wasn't being accountable, and like you said, you had to redirect your approach to getting answers.
It was okay, it was that, but that's my blanket over it.
Okay, I
You see what
get
I'm
it. I
saying?
get
That's
that.
my blanket over
I
it.
mean, we
Without
just
me saying I
right,
yeah.
right. I mean, this. I'm still trying. Let's. Hopefully, I'm still using it as a blanket because I know the situation.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand that. Now that I am going through that, it's like okay. But what I do appreciate is it worked for you though.
Mhm.
You know, it got her to open
We
up.
like this.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It got her to open up. You know what I'm saying? So your approach was great.
Mama, okay, so I'm not gonna say it got her to
To me, when I
I just accepted
outside.
it. I accepted it for what it was.
Okay.
Me and mama relationship is she trusts my outlook on life. So that's like the strength of our relationship right
Mhm.
now.
Okay.
So whenever she's going through it or her and one of my siblings don't see eye to eye, you know, so she trusts that I'm gonna tell her if she's in the right or if she's in the
Mhm.
wrong. And then of course I tap into a little bit of history so she gonna
Mother Earth, baby.
so she gonna understand. So I'm sneaking it in there,
Mother Birth and
but
Mother
she did
Earth.
tell me, you stupid. She did tell me though, she's gonna write a letter, just mapping out everything, but I can't open it until she passed. So that's where we at with it.
I know
I'm
that's
fine
right.
with that
And
because
that yeah,
yeah,
that's actually great.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Her
saying?
story, like my grandmama was a gangster. But she did her wrong early in her life. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So have no recollection, of course, because she was literally one when she got dropped off.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
feel you.
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
That would have to be my mama like, oh yeah, you go ahead and tell that story.
Yeah.
But my grandma was a motherfucking gangster. Me hearing her story helped me separate it. You see what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's not personal. It's we can easily think somebody is just terrible.
Mhm.
Easily. Because we don't know
See.
where it fucking came from, right? And we could think it's personal toward us. Like, I'm your child. When we think of parents, we put them on this pedestal and we forget that they fucking humans that was just fucking and had us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we forget that. So we don't humanize them. We pretty much make them God. You
No.
and we your child. You supposed to treat us a certain way. And it's like they got their own shit. They got their own residue from how they were raised
Mhm.
with the shit that they parents did to
Mhm.
them. They still have that on them, had no time to deal with it. Had us
Mhm.
trying to figure out life with us.
Mhm.
And imagine trying to
See.
be a woman, be a wife, be a mother, still got the residue from your parents.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And me as a child, I understood those things very, very early. I was very aware of things, you know, and I never had I've never had my father. I've never had my father on a pedestal my whole life. You feel
Mhm.
me? So of course we got different dynamics. So when you speak like that, I totally, totally get it.
Yeah.
But I've never had him on that pedestal.
Now I'm
So my
not on the pedestal like that, but just being our parents, we think we supposed to experience a different level of love with them.
yeah, true that. True that. That's so okay, a pedestal of expectation.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. And then when you say it helped you create a separation when you got the background of what she had to deal with.
Yeah.
And I spoke earlier in this episode. It didn't help. It doesn't. That doesn't help me create the separation. Um, And maybe I'm not being as open minded as I should, but for me, my communication should speak for itself.
Mhm.
And throughout the years, I've always expressed certain things that I felt, even from growing up as an adult. I've tried to have certain conversations about how I felt that he felt about me.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I say, recently I got a glimpse of the background of what he had to deal with my
Mhm.
grandparents and stuff. And I even told him out my mouth. I understood. Now I understand why you did what you did or how you handled us. Not to mention he was sick with an addiction, so that didn't help at all either. So that created another hatred for me. But I still won't allow that separation to separate the fact that I feel like he's supposed to take accountability for how I feel.
Yeah, I
And I
didn't
know I'm wrong.
I don't I did okay, so me understanding what my mother went through didn't okay, it changed how it affected me.
Okay. And that's where
You
I'm
see what
at
I'm
now,
saying? So it's
I
now,
guess.
yeah, so it's like, okay, I'm not taking none of this shit personal anymore.
Hmm.
You are who you are.
Yep.
And I'm gonna make peace with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let it get in the way with how
Hmm.
I move in my
Hmm.
life.
And that's what I'm saying. Then I
I
guess
don't
I'm saying.
it wasn't, oh, you could take accountability now. It wasn't that. It was a switch
Hmm.
from the perspective switch.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
And that's him not taking accountability is what's
Keeping you
switched it.
stuck.
No. It finally flipped the switch for me now.
Okay.
Now I'm where what you just said. Now I've accepted the fact that you're not going to take accountability. You're not going to hear me out.
Yeah.
You're just not, and you're going to paint this picture of me because unfortunately I keep reacting to you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
getting a lot of my reactions. You're not
Yeah.
getting, you
It
know what
no
I'm
longer could
saying?
drain my energy because I'm like,
Exactly. So I'm not
it is what
I'm
it
not
is.
doing it anymore. So now I officially bow out
Yeah.
as an adult.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound spiteful or anything because I'm not spiteful. I just don't want to mess with you anymore.
So let me ask you this, right? So when it switched for me and I just made peace with, okay, that's you stuck there. That doesn't mean I have to be stuck with you.
Mhm.
It no longer drain my energy because I don't expect you to take accountability
Yeah.
anymore. Your shit gonna be your shit, and you have to bear your own cross.
Mhm.
You gotta carry that shit. I no longer have to, so I could be around you and not react to you anymore, and
Mhm.
just let you be you because that's your shit. I need you to have your shit. I don't want to be impacted by your shit. I don't
Right.
want your karma to be my karma because I keep reacting to your shit.
Mhm. I think that if I was to see him or we had a family function, I wouldn't allow anything
Yeah.
that it was still what up pops. However,
Even if y'all had a conversation, what do you want answered? I don't know if
see,
you
and I
feel
and this
comfortable enough saying that.
I don't mind to a certain extent because I even asked him if he would go to counseling with me, and he
Mhm.
told me he ain't need it because he's a recovering addict and he's a deacon and he's he's changed his life. Things that
You can't
I
without
as
the soil.
exactly, and
Your
it's
soil the
it's
same.
exactly, and that's why I be like Christians are hypocrites, man. And I don't mean disrespect, but it's so hypocritical. It just be so crazy, and I just don't get it.
So that's the point I was about to make, right? You're dealing with somebody who's drowned in religion. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't expect it to, and
Okay.
I don't have any, I don't, I ain't there either. I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
I am cool with what it is. And that's why I say I went back to my childhood, but I'm just looking at it and I'm looking at it from a different perspective where it's no hatred and it's no anything. It's all still love, but I'm out, and whatever I have to deal with that I expected you to help me with. I have to deal with that on my
Yeah, because
own.
we grown.
Yeah, I
And
have
now
to.
it's our problem.
Exactly. And
We
that's
didn't
where I'm
create
at.
the
I'm willing.
problem,
Yeah, I'm
but
willing
it's
to.
ours.
You know what I want, but what do I want him to answer? Gee, I ain't even gonna lie. Now it's like I don't really feel like some of the lies. You know, there are lies from my childhood that are out here that paints him to be this. Even though I did the bad things, I was still this. And I don't know where he got it from, cuz none of his kids think that. So it's like
Because men get a different pass than women.
they get a totally different path.
Yeah.
So when he bring up certain things and he be like, "Yeah, I did this," and I be in my head like, "What makes you think you did that?" And he didn't believe his lies so much, or himself, or whatever his past is, or whatever, or the stories that he's told people that didn't know him before he was a true Christian. I feel like he's painted himself a picture, and it's a picture of lies to his new people in life.
He was manifesting.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm playing.
And we supposed to just sit back and
Allow it.
allow
I
it.
know
Like,
that is annoying. That is
it's
annoying.
very annoying, and to think that I don't have a memory
What if
agitates me.
What if
I mean, literally lying in my face.
what if he was that to other people, just not to y'all, and that's why y'all experiences are different, or y'all outlook on? I'm trying to help.
I can honestly say, and unfortunately, collectively, both sides. He had two families, both sides, and I don't mean just his children. I mean the grown people.
Yeah.
Everybody has the same perception of him, and to him, I mean, it's great that
What if y'all just ungrateful?
just ungrateful for what?
I'm,
No. How could we be?
no, I'm just fucking with
Oh, okay. Because I wouldn't want to sound ungrateful on some
you.
real
To
stuff.
him, you would be surprised.
Why?
Like,
Because he brought
when
me
you
here.
trick your mind. No, I'm
I don't
talking
even
about.
think he signed the birth certificate, so that wouldn't matter.
I'm
You
talking
know?
about when you said he been lying so long, he started to believe it. So remember, I put that in the song before.
Hmm.
That's a thing though. So
I
it's
know.
like he probably do think what he did was great, and y'all just ungrateful.
He probably do think. I honestly think that he probably does though. He
Oh yeah, he Christian.
Yeah, he probably does. And
Nigga.
when I express myself, it comes off as disrespectful because he is the parent, and it comes
Authoritative.
off, huh?
Authoritative.
Yeah, it comes off as that, but it's like you can speak your mind, but I can't speak my mind. And then that's just that.
It's too much. You shining too much light on him. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that.
Or whatever. Okay.
Christians don't like that.
I feel you. But
They are the light. You
mhm. I would,
you can't shine a light on the light.
you know what I would want from him?
What?
He cleaned himself up. He never apologized to us. I don't know if he apologized to any of my siblings. So I'm gonna speak for myself.
Okay.
He never apologized for us watching him taking
That-
us through that stuff.
yeah.
Never.
Never. That's crazy. That's crazy. What if during that stage of his life it affected a part of his brain that he can no longer like? Not for real.
Okay, go.
Cause that's a thing. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like
he can no longer what?
access. It rewires your shit.
Access
Too much
memory?
of
Make sure that
even just that part of the part of your brain that let you know that this shit was wrong. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
just
and that may be something, and you keep trying to find something, and that's good. But I feel like if you apologize, I'm sure you apologize to some people in your life that
but
you
you
hurt and fucked
you're
over,
not you're
but you didn't
assuming.
have the. I mean, I'm assuming, but if you didn't apologize to anybody, that's even crazier. But you expect us to be proud of you and keep embracing you, which is good, and we're gonna do it. But
Apology goes a long way, though.
I know, and that ain't if ain't no accountability, ain't gonna be no apology.
That's true. That is true. Absolutely true.
You know,
Damn. Well, I want to apologize to anybody who I affected and hurt like deeply, and you still have the residue on you from my actions when I was just living mindlessly and aimlessly. Like I was still operating out of my hurt and in my emotional disconnect. So that, yeah, I apologize, like sincerely.
that's good for you. I don't. I'm not there yet.
To apologize to anybody you hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I've
did, 'cause we
apologized
wrote
to some people that I've
letters
hurt,
to our
but
exes.
yeah, I'm just not gonna. I ain't in the space to be like, yeah, I apologize too. That's where you at. I feel that. I've apologized, and I don't have a problem. That's a good thing about. I don't. You don't either. I'm sure. I don't have a problem with apologizing and saying, I was wrong. My bad.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that.
I
You
found
know.
myself doing that. Um, I'm not gonna say a lot because that'd be an exaggeration, but just more often recently. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you be in your own fields where you can't
Mhm.
really see clearly,
Mhm.
and then once the storm calms down a little bit, and you're having those type of conversations where you go like the light is being shined on you, like damn,
Mhm. It's nothing wrong with allowing grace.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
allow grace and let stuff go, girl.
yeah.
You got an ending question?
Do any of our supporters have any questions? Didn't we
I
create a separate note?
We did, but I have an ending question that's in regards to this. We'll do an ending question from them the next one.
Okay.
If you is there any coming back from the cutoff family member?
Most recently,
Any family member that you've cut off, does the family member ever get a chance to, come back into your life, if they were to, take accountability for whatever
yeah,
you feel it was, or
yeah, and I meant to mention that earlier because cutoffs look different, right?
yeah,
It doesn't have to be you completely not talking to them
exactly.
anymore. Like you said, you'll still be cordial, whatever.
Mhm.
It'll still be a cutoff, meaning that level of access to me, while I like trust you with certain things and want you around for certain things, it would still be a cutoff. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a comeback, but not a full
Okay.
comeback. It's like Michael Jordan win 45.
I
Come
feel
back.
you. Come back. I feel you.
Or playing
It'll never
baseball.
be the same.
Yeah,
I
it'll never
feel
be the
you.
same.
I
So
feel you.
yeah.
Sound like a good plan to me.
So what
Well,
about you after, the premeditated get fully fleshed out idea that you follow through with? Is
um,
it fleshed out? Or, let me stop doing
flush,
that to myself.
flush.
I like saying fleshed out.
That's
I'm gonna
deep.
keep it there.
You shouldn't.
Fleshed out, like you feel that shit out.
Fleshed
Like,
out.
yeah,
Okay, I get
fleshed
it.
out.
Oh, ooh, double entendre. Um, flesh out. Considering this is a premeditated one, and we've both came to the conclusion that the person is not going to change.
Yeah.
So I don't anticipate reconciling. I don't anticipate it.
Would that affect you if something happened?
Yeah, of course.
No,
Yeah.
I mean in
That's
like
it.
your
Because it's not.
decision.
It's not a cutoff like that. It's not a. It's not. We won't spend time. We'll go back to what we were. Because
Okay.
we've never had a close relationship anyway. So getting close, these last few years, I've been getting close with him, having different conversations and understanding him.
Yeah.
But in those conversations, I've still realized that he's the same man that I grew up
Yeah.
despising.
Yeah.
So I don't
Just
need to put
under
that in.
the
I don't need that in my
religious
life,
umbrella.
huh?
Just under the religious umbrella.
Yeah, I don't need that in my
Oof.
life. So that's not anything that I'm looking forward to. But let's say any other family member, yeah, I can reconcile with accountability. Because
Okay.
I'm going to take accountability. So
Okay.
they going to have to.
Mm. It's a beautiful thing, you guys. Just to, it's okay to know that we're imperfect. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to apologize for wronging somebody. Even if you think you're right, you have to understand we perceive things differently. We are affected differently. So you might be right to you, but two things could be true at once. You affected them, which means it's wrong. And if you care about the relationship with that person, apologize. It's so much lighter and easier.
Yeah.
It's so many more like blessings and opening
Behind
to
it, yeah.
great manifesting.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like behind that shit, like you have to live in a way where you are more of an asset to a person, where your presence is a present. And if you can't apologize, if you can't really be that, just stay to yourself. Shit, go to sleep. How about that? Stay your ass asleep. And if here's the thing though, if you not wrong, it's okay to be like, you know what, I apologize if what I did affected you in that way. You believe in what you believe in. They believe in what they believe in. It's okay to acknowledge the fact that what you believe in opposes their beliefs and you hurt them. You can still stand where you stand and y'all make a decision from there, but if you affected somebody with that shit, apologize. That's it. You want to close this out?
Yeah. As y'all know, we appreciate the love that you show us, and we hope that you guys get the love back from us. So if you want to continue to support, like, share, comment, and if you want to see us continue to elevate, make sure you
donations.
And we'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.
We're back. We just want y'all to think and laugh. Connect to us and release the past. And realize we on the same path to love, joy, and satisfaction. Respond to life instead of reacting. Do everything in life with heart and passion. Understand we're all connected. Respect ourselves so y'all feel respected. We know our purpose and we won't neglect it. So thanks for tuning in to all our L's and all of our wins. We hope to show you that we only human. Let's go to the Shellersphere. There's still nothing but love in here, but we in a higher atmosphere. Welcome to the Shellersphere. We still live, laugh, and learn, and use the light from the bridges that burn. Welcome to the Shellersphere. There's still nothing but love in here, but we in a higher atmosphere. Welcome to the Shellersphere. We still live, laugh, and learn, and use the light from the bridges that burn. Oh God.